All right, guys, today we have some big news to talk about coming out of the League of Legends world. About a month ago, Sheep Esports had reported on this, the fact that Rudy Esports was considering joining forces with I Will Dominate and Yamato Cannon in the NLC with the following roster: Perkz in the top lane, Jankos, Leader, Jack Spectra, and Nash. But unfortunately, we now have word that there's been a little bit of a change of plans, and this will not actually be the roster they are going with in the NLC. So obviously, we need to talk about that today. But of course, first, we want to mention real quick, Holy by Sheep Esports. If you guys are looking for a great tasting energy drink that also just so happens to be healthier than the competition, definitely go check out the first link in the description below and buy some Holy today. They're powering everything we're doing here on Sheep Esports. You can use that discount code SE5 to get €5 off your first purchase, or SE10 to get 10% off your entire basket. So definitely go check them out today. Thank you so much to them for helping support us. So I hope you guys go support them as well. With that being said, let's get right into this today. Here is that new report coming from LEC Wooloo himself, where he says sources Jack Spectra is set to join the LEC broadcast team and is canceling his plans to compete with Rudy Esports in the NLC. Now, I do think, obviously we'll get into the article and get into some of the details here in a second, but I do think that this is a pretty big hit for Rudy Esports. Jack Spectra is a very, very talented AD carry player. He's a guy who some people think should be in the LEC right now. A lot of people think he has, the potential to make it back into the LEC and really become a, pretty competitive and pretty reliable player, if not a very, very good one. He's a guy who, people assumed had a bright future ahead of him, but also had a bright future ahead of him as a content creator. And I do think that this Rudy Esports plan is potentially going to be really good for him as well, being able to stream and create content and still document a pro player journey and all that stuff. But now, obviously, the LEC broadcast is another really, really important piece and a really big opportunity as well. Obviously, we can debate and argue about whether you'd rather be a streamer or, on-air talent. And there's definitely pros and cons of each. We've seen people fit or have more success as a content team. We've seen people have a better fit or more success as a streamer. There are both ways you can make money. There's both ways where you can ultimately fail and maybe not work out so well. So I don't know. So obviously, good luck to Jack Spectra. This is a crazy deal, but obviously now Rudy is going to have to change up their plans, and Jack Spectra is going to be a very, very hard guy to replace, especially in the ERL. So sources, Jack Spectra set to join the LEC broadcast, cancels Rudy Esports plans. On top of being a content creator for Team Heretics, Jack Spectra will be a member of the LEC broadcast team next year. So obviously Jack Spectra is still going to be, I'm sure, streaming, creating tons of content, stuff like that, but it will now be under Team Heretics rather than Rudy Esports as well, which is interesting to note. So Jack Spectra, former LEC AD carry, announced his retirement in pursuit of content creation in late October. Now, as a creator for Team Heretics, he has also reached an agreement to join the LEC broadcast as on-air talent next year. Former pro players have been among the most successful casters and analysts in League of Legends esports space. Guys like Kobe, Deficio, Huni are notable examples. Most recently, Kadril went from a fan-favorite caster to one of the biggest streamers in the world. That's what I'm saying in terms of, sometimes pro players can go and be great casters, or I don't even know if Jack Spectra is going to be casting, if he's going to be on analyst desk or whatever. But also sometimes they can be very, very good streamers as well. And like Kadril, he's making a ton of money as a streamer, but not everyone's going to be Kadril. Not everyone can be Kadril. Kadril's in a tier of his own at this point, but still, there's plenty of people, plenty of streamers smaller than Kadril that are still doing very, very well. There's plenty of pro players who have also gone on to the LEC and maybe not been so great or not so amazing, whatever. Now, I think Jack Spectra is going to do great. I think he's got a good personality, well-spoken, tons of game knowledge, tons of talent. I think he's going to do great, but I think he would be a great content creator and streamer and stuff as well. So pro players being an unparalleled analytical advantage or edge to broadcast and co-streams, making Jack Spectra a potentially invaluable asset for the LEC. Now, as far as Rudy Esports, what's going on with them? The Norwegian player previously had plans to compete semi-competitively with Rudy Esports in the NLC, as reported by Sheep Esports, a star-studded roster hoping to take advantage of the new player POV streaming rules in the ERL to make content. In the end, though, the LEC opportunity was a better path for him to pursue his content creation goals. Rudy Esports is still planning to field Perkz, Jankos, Leader, but Nash, the previously reported support, was set to join the team with Jack Spectra. With his plans changing, Rudy Esports have settled on a new AD carry and a new support to fill out their roster. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see who that new bot lane is going to be. Should be very, very interesting, but like I said, it's going to be hard to replace Jack Spectra in the ERLs, but also kind of sucks for Nash, as now he's missing out on an opportunity as well, because I think this would have been really, really big, potentially, to put a big spotlight on him. So I can't wait to see who Rudy Esports' new bot lane is going to be, but either way, this team is still going to be a ton of fun to watch, with Perkz, Jankos, and Leader as well. But yeah, good luck to Jack Spectra. I think it'll be really cool to see him on the LEC. But I did think that this plan for Rudy Esports is going to be really cool as well. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.